Is there at any point in the future a plan to give a driver more information up front?
Good morning. Hey, it's a great morning.
Before you answer, I've had a situation, not recently, but it was recent enough, like last year, but the situation where it was signed for, everything happened like it was supposed to, but then the restaurant did not provide what the customer was expecting. Okay. So, is there like a future where we get more information up front? Pick up?
So for that specific use case, what you would be requesting is what the order contents are.
Yeah.
I would say and argue that it's not your job to know that. Right.
Thank you.
That's not your job to know what, if they packed, the 3 salads that they were supposed to, etc. You're not an employee of the set. You don't know their menu. You don't know what the customer ordered. Like, your job is to fulfill and execute that delivery to the best standard and quality that you're able to. Right. Not check the work. So no, I don't have any plans of including, 5 full-size catering pans, 3 salads, 2 sodas, etc. That's not anything I have on the list.
Okay. So that brings a subsequent question, because I'm the legal guy, right? So is there ever going to be an instance where that particular use case comes up and the driver is either deactivated or violated for a customer complaint, in this case being the restaurant or the end mile customer? Mm-hmm. Is there ever going to be a scenario where that particular instance gets a driver deactivated or say punished on the program, for lack of better words?
Yeah, I don't want to. You guys know how much goes into. If there's one piece of a store, there's probably 5 other pieces that surround it that could cause some sort of a repercussion. But that specific use case of, hey, driver set up, dropped off the food that was given to them and signed by, as long as the driver did everything they're supposed to do, then how am I supposed to hold the driver accountable, right? The way that I view this and talk to restaurants and tell them, that signature is a transfer of liability.
Yep.
You are ensuring that, hey, I have provided the driver everything that they need to execute this delivery on our behalf. And then I'm going to sign my name in that app, signifying that I've done that. So if the driver gets there and they do the setup, customer complains, as long as the driver didn't steal the food and it's like, it's in the setup photo and this is exactly what was sent, then it's not the driver's fault. That's the restaurant made an error, which everybody's human, and I'm not bad mouthing or talking poorly about the restaurant. It's just errors occur, right? But that would not be on the driver. It's not your fault. That would be something that would be on the restaurant side that we would have to discuss with them, and they would handle with the customer.
And educate me on the pickup process, Brian, because it's been forever since I've done a DeliverThat. You guys take a picture when you pick up and a picture when you deliver? No?
We receive a signature when we pick up, and then we take a picture after the order is either set up, or if there's no setup required, we take a picture of where we put the food in the bags, or however the customer wants it, and then we upload it, and then we communicate via text letting them know that this is the order ID and the customer requested no setup, if it's no setup. But if it's a setup, we don't have to take a picture or send them a picture. We just take a picture and then we upload it and complete the job.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't remember how the process goes. I've been around for DeliverThat and delivered ever since the first delivery I ever did was a ride along. I don't know if you remember those, but
I remember them very well.
I did a ride along with a guy and we delivered Chick-fil-A, and the process is totally different from how it is today. So
yeah.
Like I said, it's been that long and I haven't taken a delivery in a long time.
Well, hopefully your experience changes soon, Josh.
Yeah. I think a lot of drivers are in the same boat as I am, with the driver pool being so competitive due to the way that the orders are currently dropping, that for me, and I remember calling you when you first started really blowing up on the catering apps, I was like, dude, I can't even turn the app on because it sends you a notification. You click the notification, it's gone. So,
well,
I'm
go ahead. Finish. I thought you were finished.
I'm hoping that now that we've got that on the roadmap, that experience changes and a lot more drivers are able to be successful with the catering apps and kind of get rid of the on-demands.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
yeah, the one thing I want to make sure to say to that is, as easy, and I'm not a tech guy, so I fall into this trap a lot. As easy as I think it might be to solve and do these problems, I've been educated that, if I want to solve, this problem right here, right? Hey, why are we not able to shop this and do it more accurately and have a better thought process upon it? Well, there's 50 other projects that need to be completed in order to allow that to be a reality, right? So when I get on here, I don't want people to think I'm just bullshitting you guys and giving you answers and, oh, well, I'm waiting, 3 months or 6. It's a very long road. That's why not everybody owns their own technology. That's why people they'll fractional pieces of technology and build their business together, because they don't have the manpower, they don't have the time to be able to maintain and enhance and do all those things to their own proprietary technology. So I definitely hear you on that, and that's the ultimate goal. We want to be able to provide opportunities to the right people at the right times and give everybody a better chance to be able to take these orders.
Yeah, and I'll stand 10 toes down behind you guys, because I actually happen to know how long that process takes rather than most other drivers, since I have the unique opportunity of having worked for the apps and working with the apps. So it's a long process, and a lot of people don't understand. As a business, it has to be prioritized first by revenue income and then user experience, because at the end of the day, the company needs to make money for everything that they do. They have to, make that a billable hour back to whatever project that they're doing. So I totally understand it. And if anybody came to this particular channel, I'd explain it to them.
I appreciate that.
Well, I just I know we're kind of like out of time. I feel like I just feel the energy. I feel the energy, but I just want to give a shout out to you, Darian, for making time for us today. Right? We all have busy schedules. Right. I'm also looking at the time. I'm like, I got to go get my kids soon. Right. Yeah. I know Josh got stuff to do. Right. But he also wanted to milk this cow as much as possible, because it's been maybe about 6 months. He was like, did you get in contact with Darian? And I'm like, but I got to give a major shout out to you, brother. I'll never forget the hospitality that I received when I came to Ohio. Also the experience as a driver, not as an elite driver, but just as a driver. I do know that sometimes we run into a little bit of issues here and there, but whenever it's communicated, it's always is what I call streamlined, in the sense where it's really not that big of a deal. Just communicate and we'll work it out. We'll get everything sorted out. What I'm going to leave you here with, Darian, is I guess there was a situation on an order that I had, and I guess the customer may have complained, I don't know, but it was extremely late. But I did my job with communicating with the team, the driver support, letting them know what's going on. I sent pictures. It was a major accident that delayed the order, I think, by an hour or something like that. And there was a process, I guess, trying to figure out where the hell I went, what the hell happened, why I left at this time and then I arrived at this time, why, So there was a process, and once it was explained and everything was seen, that I did communicate, which I strongly believe in over communicating. If it's something that's beyond your control, fam, right? Let them know. They have timestamps. Hey, I sent this at 11 o'clock and y'all saying this at 11:50. Like, no. I got proof here, but I got to give a shout out to you and the team for helping me sort out that situation, because it was a bit of a stressful situation for me. And when I realized that you guys were like, oh, don't worry about it, because they did have the proof that I did submit pictures, but I also felt like, damn, if I did not do that, what would happen? It's like, damn, okay, what side? So I have to communicate with you guys. Even if it's a tough situation, an accident on the highway or anything that's delaying my process of delivering this as soon as the customer is expecting it, just communicate as much as possible. Yeah. And that will always, I guess that's a question, that will always be easier to handle later by communicating with you guys versus not communicating at all.
100%.
Okay.
You're spot on.
I'll throw my dispatcher experience in there.
No, he gotta go, Josh.
I'm just saying, make it reasonable, because there is a dispatcher in his office somewhere that when your number pops up, they're like, "Ah, fuck this guy again." I had a couple of those drivers, I promise.
The more communication, the better. But like, I have two little things I do want to leave you guys on before, and anybody that's watching, that'll be. I heard one piece that popped up, and it was your experience in the restaurant. The manager was kind of, go sit down, go do something, or the feedback you get from a customer, right? The thing that I always live by and I preach to our team is your perception's my reality, right? I'm in no position as a human being to tell you you're wrong for feeling a certain way. So that's a way to be able to try and center myself and think, why? What did I do for you to perceive my actions that way? And it helps me navigate, right? So our perception, or your perception is my reality. It's the same thing for customers. If we're not, and this ties into my second point, if we're arriving to a drop-off location and we're not presentable, or we're arriving to a pickup location, we're not presentable, the perception that you're giving that store manager is a reality you're going to have to live with, because they're going to call us, they're going to say you're underdressed, you're going to say you're unprofessional, you're stacking up odds against you that don't need to be, and it's controllable, right? So the main thing that I'm going to be really focused on this year is our presentation, which is what brands are partnering with us for is quality, high standard, high quality white glove service of drivers. And that means being presentable with a polo, a DeliverThat gear, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be DT gear. A polo, some pants, some jeans, dark closed-toed shoes. That's the attire that is a recipe for success. Not shorts, flip-flops, cut-off shirts, tank tops, things of that nature. This is a professional job. It pays higher premium. So dressing the part is very important. The second piece is the setup photos. I know not every single order is going to have an opportunity for a setup. A lot of times they'll have a break room. They'll say, hey, we haven't cleaned off yesterday's stuff. Just put it on the counter and we'll handle it ourselves. But please, 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 for your guys' sake, like I just talked about, when the restaurant calls in and says a customer told me that they didn't get 3 salads, how are we supposed to justify and say that you guys executed that delivery if there's no setup photo? If I can show them a beautiful catering spread and it shows you have the plates, the utensils, the salads, the condiments there, and then you go down the spread and there's a photograph of that restaurant has access to those photos now. They're looking at every single order and every single picture. So if you want more orders, dress the part and execute on the standard that they believe that they're partnering with us to do. And you're controlling your destiny just as much as we are. So the power isn't, you guys aren't powerless. The power is in your guys' court just as much as it is us. We just have a bigger reach, but you guys are the product and the service that we're out there promising and selling to these restaurants to give us orders. So that's my closing piece. I just always want you guys to remember that. And I very, very thankful for everything you guys do. I love this show. I love that you guys are providing a platform for drivers to learn and educate and network. And I appreciate you guys for taking the time and asking me to be on here. It was awesome.